Hey guys, me Dave. It's what is it? 3/19/2020. It's Thursday tonight. Tomorrow's Friday. Thank God. It's been kind of a long week. I've been watching the news quite a bit about the coronavirus and all the infected people and all the deaths and all this stuff. Oh my gosh, it's just terrible to watch. I've probably been watching a little too much of the news about the coronavirus. You know, it was funny. I woke up this morning. I was up at like 6 a.m. and then I turned it on like Morning Joe, and they were talking about misinformation and disinformation about this coronavirus, and they were talking about how I know there's lots of videos going out there. There's lots of videos out there about what's really going on and all this stuff. I can't say anything either way, but on Morning Joe, they were talking about it. They were talking about misinformation and disinformation, and they were saying how the KGB, Russia, was talking about how we, the USA, use this disease as a bio warfare disease. And China kind of said the same thing. Bio warfare. They let this loose in our country and all this stuff. It's I don't have an opinion either way. But they brought it up on MSNBC this morning. They were talking about that, which is kind of unreal. They were talking about, it's all misinformation, all disinformation. I don't have an opinion on that. I don't know where it came from. I don't know who did it or anything. All I know is I don't want to get it. I don't want to get it. I don't want my family members to get it. I don't want any one of my family members to get it and give it to me or give it to each other and stuff like that. So we're kind of staying apart from each other and trying to be really, really careful in sanitizing everything and wearing gloves and masks and all this stuff. We have masks here just in case, and we have gloves here just in case, and we have hand sanitizer and stuff like that. You have to be careful. Even if you order off Amazon or, like we got a bag of dog food from Chewy.com today, and we have to be really careful. They said this virus can live 24 hours on a cardboard box, so we're not going to open the box until tomorrow just to be on the safe side. It's you have to be really, really careful of this virus, and you don't know who has it and who's spreading it and all this stuff. We did have one case up here. It was about an hour away. It's in Bayfield, Wisconsin. It's probably about an hour and a half away. It's close enough to our area where they put it on the news, and they were saying, well, we got one case up here and all this stuff, but it's still kind of, it's an hour and a half away or whatever. So it's it was a high school student. He went and traveled somewhere where it was heavily populated, and people had this virus and stuff, and he brought it back to his hometown. Bayfield is not a very big, it's just a little tourist town in northeast Wisconsin. So it's not, it's a little town, not like a big city or anything like that. So this kid brought it back, and now he has it. Now they're contacting all the schools and everything, students and all this stuff who could possibly be feeling sick and stuff. So it's unreal. The whole thing is unreal. It feels like a movie. I feel like I'm in a movie and there's a bunch of zombies out there, waiting to get us and all this stuff. I drove through town tonight I had to get out of the house for a little bit today. So tonight after supper, I drove through town, and it's like a ghost town. All the restaurants are closed, all the bars are closed, and all this stuff. There wasn't anybody out. We have a lot of brewery, little small companies in this town. They kind of popped up all over the place. They're all closed. They're offering curbside sales and off sales and stuff like that. So they can still make some money. In some of the restaurants around here, a lot of the restaurants around here are offering delivery, and then of course the pizza places are offering delivery. No dine in. It's all takeout and stuff like that now. So it's people are staying in their houses. Thank God they're staying in their houses and taking this seriously, because I seen on the news they were talking about this, and they were saying, they were down in spring break, Florida, and all these kids were like, oh, if I get it, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. Well, you can spread it to other people. You can spread it to your parents or your grandparents or whatever, and they could be in be a serious health risk, you know? Apparently they don't think about that. They just want to party and check out chicks and all this stuff. They're not thinking about, they're not being responsible. So they were talking about that on the news tonight. That some of these younger people are at high risk too of catching this, and they're in the hospital, intensive care, and all this stuff. It's unreal. But around here we have, I don't know what we have. We have 65,000 people or whatever. And people are taking it serious. They're staying indoors and all this stuff. And they are they are taking this seriously, because we have a lot of older population around here too that are at high risk of getting this virus. So they have to protect them. All the assisted livings around this area are not accepting visitors, which is the right thing to do. They don't want to be in contact with anybody they could possibly have this virus. It's up here. I'm sure it's up here, but it hasn't been detected yet. All the tests that have been done came back negative about this virus. So in there's such a shortage of tests, not only tests, but swabs and protective gear and all this stuff that the hospitals need to protect themselves and us. That they're saying, well, we have the test, but these test sites might not have the proper oh, I'm getting a brain fart. Proper stuff to do the tests. Chemicals or whatever else they need. They might not have what they have to run the test to see if you're negative or positive. It's unreal. It's just, I feel like I'm in a movie, a zombie movie, where I can't leave the house because there's going to be a zombie coming to get me. You know what I mean? It's, it really is unreal. And you drive through town and it's dead. There's a couple people at the gas station. There's, I drove by the grocery store, one of the grocery stores tonight. It was, there wasn't that many people there tonight. The parking lot was maybe half full from the night before. It's unreal. As far as the targeting goes, I know people are still getting hit, and they're getting, some people on Facebook are getting hit hard. They're being tortured all day long, all night long, sleep deprived, and all this stuff. I kind of got a day off today. They kind of lightened the attacks a little bit on me today. It hasn't been too much of a, too bad of a day today. So I'm thankful for, if they let up on me, I'm thankful for that, because I try to enjoy every moment I get that's freedom. I try to enjoy, and I try to take advantage of that. If they're laying off on me, good. It gives me a break, a little bit of a break. But they're still doing it. They're still remote monitoring me, just not as heavily, and stuff like that. But I hopped on Facebook, and some people are out on the East Coast and they're getting hit hard. Some people are in the UK and they're getting hit hard. So people are still getting hit out there despite this virus going around, which is really sad. These people have no compassion. They don't care. These people don't care about anything. And we have to realize that. You get relief when they give you relief. And some people don't get relief, and I feel sorry for them, and I hate to see them their outcries on Facebook. They're saying how bad they're getting hit on Facebook and stuff like that, and I feel super super bad for those people. The only thing I can say is, I'm not a big believer in shielding because they get through everything. But if you're getting hit super, super, super bad, I would try to shield. I would put a frying pan over my head, a deep dish frying pan over my head to try to shield these guys. I would try to do something. You can't just sit there and take it. You gotta try something to protect yourself, but some people just don't. They just take it. I'm getting hit super bad. You gotta try to do something. Try to do something to protect yourself. Something might work for a little bit. Something might work for a little bit. But anyway, so I thought I'd do a little video tonight and talk about, the virus and targeting. That's about the only two things that are going on that are hurting us, and stuff. And it's, you watch the news and they scare you a little bit. They talk about, the numbers of infections are going up and the numbers of deaths are going up, and keep your social distancing. Keep 6 feet apart from somebody if you're in the gas station or whatever, and try to keep apart from people and all this stuff. And that's all we can do. Wash our hands, wash our face, keep your hands clean and all this stuff. Don't touch your face and all this stuff. And and be careful. People are even being careful of getting the mail. They're like, oh, I'm not touching my mail for 24 hours because the virus can live on my mail for up to 24 hours. People are talking about Amazon, getting boxes from Amazon. I'm not touching it until 24 hours till the next day, because this virus can live on the box. It's unreal. I'm trying to comprehend all this stuff, and it's happening so fast that it's really unreal. But we have to try to stay safe out there, you guys. Even though we're being targeted, which really sucks, we're being targeted on top of this virus and all this stuff. And these people don't care. They don't care. and stuff, and which is a real shame. It's they don't care. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit tonight. I suppose I will cut this off. I hope you guys doing safe, doing well out there and staying safe. You know, do what you have to do to stay safe and try not to get sick and stuff. And I guess I'll talk to you guys later.